I never thought the day would come when I'd be turned away from the very house I grew up in, on Easter of all days. But it happened. My mother only needed 3 words to push me out like a stranger. Don't come in. No hug, no smile, no warmth. Just a voice laced with tension and shame. I stood on the porch, holding a bottle of wine and a basket of handmade chocolates, the kind of gifts that once lit her up with joy. She pulled the door nearly shut, as if I were a solicitor, not the daughter she raised for 28 years. You're joking, right? I tried to laugh it off. She shook her head. No, Victoria. Today's not the time. The family's having a good time. Her eyes darted behind her. Emily said if you show up, she won't come inside. That was all I needed to hear. Emily, my half-sister, had run the emotional thermostat in that house since Mom remarried. With her perfect hair and sugary voice, she'd always found a way to turn any moment into a crisis. And Mom always chose her. I could hear the party behind the door, laughter, glasses clinking, Uncle Mark's booming toast. Then Emily's voice floated, through, sweet and smug. This Easter is so peaceful. No drama. I tightened my grip on the wine bottle. The April wind was cool, but the chill in my chest went deeper. I'd driven 3 hours, taken time off work, and spent nearly $300 on Easter. Baskets for the kids. I even wore the floral dress Mom used to love on me. I thought maybe this time would be different. I was wrong. I was never the favorite. I was just the provider, the one who paid the bills, who made sure the water, power, and internet stayed on. Not a guest, not even family. Well then, have a peaceful Easter, I said, my voice light but cutting. I took out my phone. With a few taps, I began canceling auto payments. Electricity, cancel. Water, cancel. Wi-Fi, cancel. Inside, the lights flickered. What the hell? Uncle Mark shouted. The Wi-Fi's down, Emily screeched. I looked at my mother. Don't expect that $200 anymore. I'm not your walking utility pole. She reached out, maybe to explain, maybe to stop me, but I was already turning away. As I drove off, Emily burst out the front door, red-faced and raging. Who cut the Wi-Fi? Are you crazy? There are kids here. How will they hunt eggs without internet? I rolled down the window and called out, maybe you'll have to teach them how to play outside. Or better yet, explain why Aunt Victoria wasn't invited. Mom ran after her, clutching her pastel scarf, the one she always wore to impress guests. My phone buzzed. Water service canceled successfully. I smiled. Emily screamed again. This can't be happening. I said nothing. I didn't owe them words anymore. She blocked the road with her SUV. You can't do this. This is Mom's house. I live here. I calmly stepped out, canceled the last of the streaming services from my phone. Netflix, Hulu, HBO, one by one. I'm not throwing a tantrum, Emily. I'm finished. I'm done being the backstage support while you two play house. You don't want me around? Fine, but you don't get my money either. She had no comeback. From the house. There's no water. Another shout. I smiled. Happy Easter. No lights. No water. No internet. But hey, plenty of positive energy, right? Then I drove away. Instead of going home, I stopped at Goleta Beach. I kicked off my shoes and let the cold sand ground me. Pulled out my phone and looked at the past 12 months. $9,142. That's what I paid for their bills. 3 years ago, Dad lost his job. I offered to help until he got back on his feet. He never did. And I became the silent wallet. Water, power, streaming, dental work. Even Emily's new SUV, co-signed by me. When she missed payments, I paid to protect my credit. And in return, mockery, rejection, exclusion. At a Christmas party, I overheard Emily laughing. Victoria always looks like she's about to read someone's will, no husband, no kids, just money. Mom didn't defend me, just sipped wine. I once told Emily, "You know that lucky you don't have kids comment? That's why you feel no guilt calling me for money." She smirked. "Please, you're just buying control." Maybe I was, but today I reclaimed that control for me. Weeks before Easter, I heard them talking. I stopped by unannounced with groceries. I heard my name. "She takes everything too seriously," Emily said. "She lives alone," Dad added. "She'll snap one day." "At least she's useful," Mom said. "We'd have lost power by now." That was it. I left the groceries, drove home, and reviewed every charge on the emergency credit card. Spa days, retreats, a MacBook for Emily. All on my dime. When I called Mom and asked about it, she said, "You make more than all of us. A few thousand shouldn't matter." She didn't apologize. She rationalized. That night I canceled the card, canceled the role I'd been playing. Not the caretaker, not the scapegoat, not the silent wallet, just me. And this Easter, for the first time, I gave myself a gift: freedom. I folded the letter and placed it gently on the table. No tears, no anger, no ache, just peace. For years I longed to hear those words: "I love you, I'm sorry, you matter." But now, sitting in the quiet of my own apartment, with the glow of a candle dancing across the walls, I realized something simple and powerful. I didn't need the apology anymore, because I wasn't waiting for permission to feel whole. I lit my cinnamon and vanilla candle, the one that makes my space smell like comfort, not memory. I picked up my guitar, cheap, secondhand, and perfect, and strummed a few clumsy chords that still felt like freedom. Not once did I have to lower the volume for anyone. Then I played my favorite acoustic song, not the kind Emily used to blast and call taste, but one that made my soul exhale, and I looked at myself in the mirror, not as the daughter who was, used, ignored, and erased, but as the woman who finally chose herself. I'm no longer living for others' approval. I'm no longer funding love that was conditional. I'm no longer afraid to take up space. I'm Victoria, 28, not broken, not bitter, just finally free. They can call me selfish, cold, ungrateful, but I know the truth. I didn't walk away from family. I walked back to myself.